This is Dr. Parikh. Sorry, this isn't going to be the best audio quality, but I've gotten a lot of questions about how to save PDFs of articles and how to upload them. So I wanted to make just a really quick video to show you, so I'm not taking time to set it up. You can see here I'm in PsycInfo, I've done my search, and I've chosen to do only linked full text. And you can see I can click on the article here, and it shows me the article, and I can click over here, PDF full text, and this PDF comes up. Now there's a few things I can do. There's different buttons over here. They're not really that helpful though, because they're about the web page. Instead, you notice when I hover right in the document, some extra stuff comes up, including this little download button. I can hit download, and it lets me save it wherever I want. When I'm just doing something quickly, I usually use my desktop. It's an easy place to save things. And actually I'm going to cancel because it's good to have something useful. So I'm actually going to copy the title. I'm going to download it. Again, I'm going to choose my desktop, paste it, and save it. So now it's easy to find, and on my Mac, it just kind of pops up in preview when I'm done with it. But I can also, even if that's closed out, I can come look over on my desktop and somewhere here, yep, managing meeting. I can click it, it's there. If you're working on a school computer, it will probably save to the desktop, but it'll also probably delete it when you log out. So make sure that you email it to yourself or bring a flash drive with you. Now another thing I can do is straight from this page, I can just hit PDF full text. And it brings the window right up, and I can, again, just download right from here. Similarly, if you want to print the article, you're going to print it from here. So I'll show you again what I do. I like to copy the article title. I'm just using the keyboard shortcut. I paste it. I see that it's in the desktop. Save, and you can see it come up in my desktop and come up here. So it's fast and easy to save your PDFs. You can also, if you email it to yourself, often it will give you an option to attach the PDF as a separate attachment. Now, let's imagine that for whatever reason I can't figure out, oh, I also just noticed there's a button here to download the PDF. Let's imagine for whatever reason I can't find any PDF of my article, but I have the full text. I can essentially, now again, here, you see over here, there's the PDF full text. You can also, let's see, there's a save, which I don't know what that's going to do. That's not really great because it's just the HTML. That's not helping me. What if I hit export? That's doing something different. So you really have to hit the PDF full file. But let's imagine that I actually can't, for whatever reason, find it. I can pretend, let's see what Save Page As does. That only lets me save it as a web page. That's no good. But if I go to print, and this works, the buttons look a little different on a Windows computer, but you can do it. And if you're not sure how, just Google it. All of these basic computer features are very easy to find guidelines in Google, which is part of why I'm not terribly helpful over email. But if you come to office hours, I'll help you do anything under the sun. So open in preview, again, that's what I use for PDFs, and then I can save it from here. And it'll let me choose where I want to save it. I'm going to save it to my desktop. And I'm going to save it. And now we'll come over to my desktop. And you'll see I have, now it's not as nice and pretty and it doesn't have the page numbers. If you want a quote from it, you just got to find a copy that's a PDF. The librarian or me in office hours can help you. But if you're not quoting, the page numbers aren't terribly important, so that should be fine. I'll show you again. I go to print. I can also just, if I print using the system dialog, it gives me an option just to save it as a PDF, so I can skip a step. So there, I've saved it to my desktop again. And again, it shows up. I gave it a slightly different name. It's not as pretty, but it works. Now let's look at how to upload things. Because this is really tough for students. Not sure why. So this is just a reference page assignment because that's usually the first time that you need to upload some article PDFs. So I'm going to go, no, it wasn't in my Dropbox. I put it on my desktop. And I'm going to attach this one. Okay, so this is telling me my file name had a colon in it, which Macs will sometimes let you do, but BlackBoard really doesn't like. So okay, they renamed it for me. Now I'm just going to hit browse my computer again, and I'm going to open it again. Now you can attach, I've seen at least 10 attached. It's very easy, it'll attach a bunch of them. If you're having issues attaching, most likely it's just a quirk that your computer's doing at that moment. So you want to do basic tech troubleshooting. And I have no guilt at all about making you guys responsible for this because this is real world stuff. I'm responsible for getting stuff onto BlackBoard, and sometimes BlackBoard doesn't want to play nice, and I have to do basic troubleshooting to get around it. So if BlackBoard is not working, restart your browser. So completely quit it, relaunch it. Restart your computer, completely shut it down, start it again. Try a different browser. Mozilla Firefox is the technically approved browser for BlackBoard. Who made that up? I have no idea, but students who have issues on other browsers will have success on Mozilla. Let's see, so now I agree to submit to Safe Assign, and one reason I have you submit your articles through Safe Assign is my hope is that it'll make it easier for us to catch plagiarism early, and because in the past, what will sometimes happen is students will repeat the same phrases at many different assignments, but I don't catch it until the very end when it's a pretty big deal. So my hope is that we can catch it much earlier. You can see it instead of me reading very closely near the end and realizing this doesn't sound like student work. So hopefully it'll convince Safe Assign to flag your materials for you. So we'll assume that I've attached all of my PDFs and my reference list. It's very helpful for me when you have titles of your files that are useful because sometimes I'm looking for specific articles. That's the other reason I have you attach them. Sometimes I look back at the article to see if you're doing the reference correctly or the citation or using information correctly. That's why I keep having you attach it. And you want to put it in a really easy to access place because you're going to upload it again and again because each time I want it to be easy for me to check it. So I hit submit. Takes a minute. There it's thinking about it. This is, I assume, doing weird stuff because I'm not actually a student. I have a professor one, but yours should go through. If you try several times and it doesn't, come to office hours and we'll look at it together. Generally, when people try again